Years ago, I prepared a paper that went as a kind of tract in New England. We used it at the Joseph Smith Memorial, titled Joseph Smith Among the Prophets. It was written, I thought, to the non-Mormon. And the attempt was to categorize some 8 or 10 characterizations of prophets that have been typical in Judeo-Christian literature. For example, that a prophet is a foreteller of some sort. He has access prophetically to the future. Also, to use the jargon, prophets have been called forthtellers, meaning that they speak forth boldly in judgment and in recommendation of their own time. A prophet, too, is categorized as a man who has authority and speaks with more than human sanction. He is a recoverer or a discoverer of truth. He is an advocate of social righteousness. He is a charismatic, which is a large word for one who, as a personality, seems to manifest something that attracts, particularly in a spiritual sense. He is one who endures suffering and radiantly. He is one who is embodiment of love. He is a seer, meaning that he has, again, the capacity to reveal, to clearly understand and reveal truth. And finally, among the great prophets of the past, many have been martyrs. Well, in that presentation, I simply showed that under each of those heads, Joseph Smith qualifies. If we use any of those to characterize a prophet, what can we say of a man who radiates them all? Today, more intimately now than the Judeo-Christian captions, we come to a kind of subjective approach to his glorious first vision. I would prefer to call it, for reasons that will shortly appear, his first visitation. Now, let me begin with a little intellectual bookwork. Nearly 9 years ago, we published a collection in BYU Studies of the 4 known accounts, written accounts, of the first vision. One first recorded in 1832, then again 1835, after a visit he had with a Jewish visitor, Joshua, his name, a Jewish authority, and then in 1838, the statement which has been published to the world in the Pearl of Great Price, and then finally the well-known Wentworth letter written in 1842 to the Chicago Democrat, in which again the prophet briefly recapitulates his first vision. What we intended by that publication was not only to give, as we did, the actual holographs, that is, the handwritten, he had different scribes, but in each case handwritten accounts as he dictated them, but also articles by some of our own best scholars as to the context of all this. Let me then dwell for a few moments on the background. In the earliest account, Joseph says that even in the days that he was in Vermont, where even today there is little pollution and where the sky at night is clear and the Milky Way is milky, he would look up at night and marvel at the symmetry and the beauty and the order of the heavens. And something in him said, as has happened to sensitive souls from the beginning, something lies behind that. There must be a majestic creator to account for that majestic creation.